Welcome, guys, to another episode of Rock Chalk Film Room. I'm Shreyas Laddha for the Kansas City Star. I have my co-host Carter Stanley. We're getting all into the run game that just was rumbling and tumbling down against UCF, 400 plus yards today on this episode. But yeah, Carter, let's get right into it.
Yeah, no, you hit it on the head there. It was awesome game. Obviously, heavily influenced by the big guys up front. Creating some great holes for the running backs, and just very early on, you got the tone that we were going to run the ball until they tried to stop us, and quite frankly, all game they didn't stop us even until the last drive. So really, just an awesome performance by the offense. I think Bean played efficiently. They didn't have to throw it too much, and he did pretty much everything they asked of him. And just really a great job up front and by the running backs here. So first play we got here is a guard tackle counter. So you're going to see the right guard and right tackle. They're going to pull and come across from the right side to the left side, and you see those guys moving. They get some blocks up front. That's a great hole right there. You give a guy as good as Devin Neal a hole like that, he's going to make something happen. And, he ends up taking and doing a little extracurricular right there and making, a good play into a big play.
Yeah, you look at a play like that, how much of it do you think is the O-line making a hole that big, and how much of it is Devin Neal's elusiveness to get through and make those cuts that quickly?
Yeah, I'd say it's a combination of both. Right here, if you look, that's 100% A+ by the O-line right there. And, it's also a good job by Neal just being patient to let that develop. You can't hop right into it and just try to sprint through where you're supposed to go. And, you got to let the blocks develop. And, once it gets to a certain point right about here, one-on-one with the safety, that's where it's Mr. Neal doing his job. But, even downfield, you got receivers blocking, and, it's just a full team effort here.
100%.
All right, so next play we got. This was nice. It's down in the red zone, pretty much down by the goal line. And, I love this because this is actually Highshaw lined up at quarterback.
Yeah.
And if I'm not wrong, I believe Highshaw actually played quarterback in high school down in Oklahoma, and really good athlete, pretty good athlete standing to his left right there, the normal quarterback, Jason Bean. And you'll see here, I think I want to say they're going to get creative. We're going to see it one of these times, I'm telling you, where, whether it's Highshaw, the high school quarterback, or Devin Neal, the obviously known for being a good baseball player as well. I'd imagine he could throw it pretty well, but I think we're going to get a running back pass here one of these days. When they don't guard Bean on that wheel route, I think we're going to see one of these running backs flip it out. Obviously, that would be pretty sweet to see, but for the sake of this play, we pretty much just got a QB power all the way. You're going to get Jared Casey with a motion. I heard the announcer say early in the game on the broadcast that Kansas leads the country in motions, pre-snap motions. I think it's 75% of their plays. And, if you've been watching these episodes with Shreyas and I, we cover it, all the time, how much this offense motions and shifts pre-snap just to create deception for the defense and do some good things for the offense as well. But, get a nice hole. And then, man, Highshaw was so physical this whole game. And another thing I want to point out, look at the blocks here by Mike Nowitzki and Torrey Laughlin.
Yeah.
Just taking the linebacker into the Mary Trust touchdown club right there. That was pretty awesome to see. And, this was just one example out of about 50 of how dominant this offensive line was on Saturday.
Can you see such a big difference? I know all offseason they've talked about putting on weight, making guys bigger. As a guy that, played at Kansas not too long ago, can you see a big difference just watching the tape or watching it live compared to some of the guys that you had, playing offensive line for you?
Yeah, I'd say honestly, as far as size, I wouldn't say there's too big of a difference, but man, I mean, these guys move so well, especially for the size of some of them. Like some of these guys, I think 55. I think he's
Mhm.
left guard here. I don't know if he's in on this play or not, but he plays. Oh yeah, there he is. But no, he's a big dude. I want to say he's around 360 pounds, but he moves really well, and I think that's the main thing about this offensive line. They move incredibly well for their size, and that's perfect for the scheme. You have to move well because any given play, these offensive linemen they're moving around on sweeps, and whether it's a pass play or a run play, they're very active with their feet. So I'd say just overall the footwork of this offensive line group.
100%.
All right, so last play we got here for the week. This was a big one. This staff loves to they just find ways, pass, run. They find ways to start off drives, and in this instance, a bonus. This was first play of the second half with big plays. It's such great, like it's incredible for momentum just to start off with a big play, and it doesn't have to be a 75-yard run like it was in this instance, but even the 7-8 yard runs, like those are great for momentum and just great drive starters. So I think we've all seen this play, but we'll get a better angle here on the end zone view. Incredible blocks. Everyone gets blocked up front. You got Devin Neal matched up one-on-one on a safety, and thoughts and prayers for that safety because that's not an easy task there. But incredible blocks by the O-line, and we'll go back, and you're going to see the left tackle, number 77. He's wrapping around. He's going to end up blocking the safety all the way downfield. Hat on hat, one-on-one in the shadow here, sending the safety to the shadow realm. So that was awesome. Just great start to the second half, and really just kind of a play that embodied how the whole game went for KU.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this beforehand. You played with some tremendous backs. Do you think any of these guys, Devin Neal, Highshaw, McDuffie, remind you of some of the guys that have come through and who you played it? And like, what is the similarities and differences between those guys?
Yeah, no, I think Devin Neal is actually very similar to Khalil Herbert. A guy that I was very fortunate to play with for pretty much 4 years. I think very similar size, around 5'10" or so. Well, actually, I don't want to do any disservice to Neal. I feel like he's maybe taller. Khalil was one of those guys that he'd maybe say 5'11" on the roster, but probably closer to 5'9" in real life. But no, great combination of physicality, but also speed. And I'd say Devin Neal and Khalil were very similar in their running style and really just everything about them.
100%. And just like looking at Jason Bean's day, he only passes the ball 12 times. I think he went like 8 of 12 or 9 of 12. Didn't really have a crazy day, but he's efficient in the passes that he did make. How easy does it make for a QB to have a run game like this? Like, how comfortable do you think it made Bean? And how comfortable did it make you when you had a guy like Khalil Herbert or Puka Williams giving you, that kind of, I guess, backup almost?
Yeah, no, definitely. I'd say, very comfortable because you have to make the defense, or the defense has to respect both the run and the pass. I've been in games where it's both ways, where say you can't get a run game going at all, and next thing you know, they're dropping 8 guys, and if you can't run against a light box, and you're not going to be able to pass when they drop 8 guys. So it makes all the difference. And no, obviously Bean just played very efficient with how UCF was playing on defense and taking what they gave him. And my favorite thing about that play, honestly, is it was incredible, but I don't think Devin Neal had to run the ball. I don't think he had a carry after that moment. He had 12 carries, 154 yards, and a rushing touchdown. And if you could be up 31-0 against a conference opponent one play into the second half and rest your guy Devin Neal, who, by the way, had a pretty good game against Oklahoma State last year, like that's definitely a good thing. And same thing with Bean. I think after this drive, he had one more passing attempt for a first down to Cardell, and they just kind of got to sit back and hand the ball off to Highshaw and McDuffie, and ran the clock out. But honestly, just super efficient game, incredible game up front by the offensive linemen. I hope I hope they're getting taken out to lunch and dinner all week this week, but not too much because we got a big one on Saturday. But no, just an awesome game and definitely great to see.
100%. Are we going to get some Khalil Herbert action maybe on some Rock Chalk Film Room in the coming months maybe?
Hey, man, maybe a little feature. I wouldn't mind that one bit. He could talk. I'm sure he would love these run plays that these guys are getting. So, no, that'd be awesome. I'll definitely have to let him know.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it from us, guys. Thank you guys for watching, giving us some feedback, telling us what you like, what you don't like. We've been having a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you guys are learning a lot as much as I'm learning from Carter.
Yeah, appreciate you guys, and let us know, and looking forward to next week.